If you ask me about land corruption, I think it has been there and it continues to be. I don't actually see any improvement at all. Now, the issue is that cadres are even taking a forefront openly in a defiant way. Before, it was much more around the table where they sit in a council and they give themselves and their cadres a share. But now you see cadres blatantly walking and taking over someone's piece of land. It's no longer corruption, it's just lawlessness. I think that kind of legacy from the UNIP days where the party reigns supreme, I think is dangerous to the democratic dispensation of the 21st century. We need to see that whether you belong to the ruling party or not, you have a fair chance that you will have access to the bus stops and utilize these services. Well, even if you don't belong to the ruling party, you can access land through the rightful channels. As I said, I myself have attended many interviews in these councils, and I think I have the capacity to develop those pieces of land, but they never even reply and tell you what the result of the interview was. We really haven't seen much commitment to corruption by all the preceding governments, save for Kenneth Kaunda's. I think most of the fight against corruption since the 1990s has been based on political vendetta. Yes, there may be cases that have been genuinely executed, but beyond there, when you investigate, you find that people want to settle old political scores. If there is political will, our ministers, the president, the ACC and other agencies can really educate their cadres that the fact that they have helped them to get into power doesn't mean the cadres must undermine the normal operations of government or the council or agencies delegated to work in those areas. We have taken several cases to ACC. They have gathered dust on the tables, and in many cases have fizzled out. So it is really a frustrating job. The problem is not really about the ACC, it's about interfering in the work of the ACC. Second, it is about the fact that the ACC itself has people who work there, and if you push them to the corner, they have children to send to the school. The judiciary could help, but the perception of the judiciary where I stand at the moment is very poor. A lot of confidence has been lost in the judiciary following these elections and how they have conducted themselves. And for example, many people feel that it was a mistake to create, for example, the Constitutional Court because it has just managed to file in the last nail in the coffin of the judiciary's living soul, you know. They have heavily dented the little that was remaining of the judiciary. Parliament itself is just a giant for nothing. There is not a single day that they have really challenged the executive actions. Everything, no matter how nonsensical, for lack of a better term, taken by the executive into parliament is passed without due consideration of the ramifications. We are the first-class citizens, and anybody who comes must respect Zambians. So the state can revoke that land, but that's a radical decision, or they can redress the situation by compensating those people who get land in a way that disadvantages Zambians and asking them to redo the process in a proper way. But if they got the land outrightly corruptly, I think there is no harm in taking it back to where it belongs, the Zambian people, and telling those investors, thank you, and please goodbye, go back where we come from. We are a decent society. But having said that, there still are some few good people and media, and this is where we need to partner with the media as NGOs to ensure that scams around land are exposed and the people are taken to task. We are of the view as TIZ that institutional reform is required. 1, the land tenure systems. 2, the processes by which people acquire land, and if they are not satisfied, a proper procedure for recourse